Tom was just handed a note.
It's Cheryl from One Tank.
Oh, was that Cheryl?
They want to be on next.
Okay.
We have special guests here.
Special, very special guests.
One of our favorite sponsors.
Yes, because ladies and gentlemen, running out sucks.
Exactly.
That's why you need One Tank.
One Tank. Brian Humphreys, along with
George Canuck.
George Canuck.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Not Canadian.
Not Canadian.
Not Canadian.
I got the name.
Yeah.
You gonna tell us who you brought with us here, Brian?
Absolutely. So this is George. He's with Myriota. He's part of our satellite company that we use our tank monitoring with. So we've been working with Myriota for a number of years, and then we've recently been working on a new product and a big project together that we're pretty excited about. And so our partnership is here to bring something pretty cool to the industry.
Are you gonna tell us what that is?
Yes. Hold on.
Is it a secret?
No secrets here.
Did you launch something new?
Well, I mean, I think the way to look at it is we're going to provide service to the industry in such a way and at such a cost structure that we've already had virtual and physical jaw drops in meetings we've had with folks.
Really?
Yep. So we brought we have a proprietary network that is global. Two networks, actually. One of them is, this is a little technical, but one of them is low Earth orbit LEO. That's the hot thing right now you hear about. And we have those satellites. They go over your head every 90 minutes. And then we also have a geostationary network that is there for faster response times. Like, for example, if you're going to track an asset like a truck driving around, for example, and maybe a driver needs to send an emergency signal. So we have both of those networks. And the one that matters most for the One Tank solution is the LEO network. And we're able to provide service for under $1 a month.
Wow.
Satellite. So that's pretty game changing.
Yeah.
What is that? So to a guy that doesn't even know what the normal cost would be, what is that? What is like?
You could see 6, 8, 10 maybe dollars a month for the same service.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's in a similar price range to a lot of your alternative like cellular type of solutions, but without the cellular limitations with coverage and things like that.
What is the cellular limitations versus satellite?
Coverage is the biggest one. So propane is often in places where there's a lack of infrastructure, which means you're going to have oftentimes less cell tower coverage or maybe fringe areas, which means you have no coverage at all. Or if it's on the edge, like a 1 bar type of situation, those devices are going to keep trying to connect and improve their connectivity, and you're going to burn through the battery really fast. So that means that you're going to be out there replacing batteries, sending trucks out to go replace batteries more often, which is going to incur more expenses, more hassle over time. Where ours, you can set it, forget it, as long as it can see a little bit of the sky, it connects. And
Let's talk about that for a second, because I have a Starlink, and if my Starlink, it's a mobile Starlink, and so if I go somewhere new and set it out, it scans for a little bit, but sometimes there's a big gap of where, like, if there's a tree in the way or a building in the way or something that's in the way, especially we're gonna pause for 1 second.
That's okay. That just adds to the ambience.
There you go. Experience.
yeah.
So if something's in the way, if I'm on a video call, it drops my it keeps me connected somehow, but it drops all the communications for sometimes like 30 seconds to a minute, and then all of a sudden it's like you're talking to you. So obviously you guys don't need.
Elon's calling.
He's like, don't be talking trash on her.
Oh.
So on your, I guess you don't. It doesn't matter because it's not that critical communication that you're doing. Yours is more of a.
We're trying to pick up, especially in the tank. We're getting a reading a couple times a day, maybe 2. That's enough for most people. It could be 3 or 4 if it's a more critical project, and it's sending 20 bytes.
So it's not
just
like
a couple letters and numbers, and it's encrypted. It's a little piece of data that goes up, and and so if it missed at one signal, 90 minutes later, try again and send in the next one. That'd be adequate for most use cases like this. This is Internet of Things only, not comms.
Sure. Okay.
The big guys, and by the way, to give you a perspective, we've got 36, 37 satellites right now that are up, launched them with SpaceX. We don't think of them as the enemy. However, those comms networks have 400, 500 satellites. You need that many to do real time.
So what kind of satellite are you just using somebody else's satellites?
There are satellites. Yeah.
Your satellite.
They're actually little mini CubeSats. Like I'd say they're twice the size of a mailbox.
What?
Wow.
That's it. Yeah.
How does this thing fly through space?
That's a mystery for the physicists.
Have you like physically
Yeah,
seen one before they went up into space?
Yep, they're kind of cool, and they're modular. So some of them are smaller, and some of them can be pretty big, but they're way smaller than the big satellites you're thinking of from your youth.
Yeah.
Big things up there, broadcasting Olympics. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is all the space trash that they're talking.
This is if you're looking up and you think it's a star, if it's moving quickly, it's not a star. Yeah, it's a satellite.
I've seen some reporting that there's just like a ton of old satellites that aren't working anymore.
Yep.
That are,
Yes.
there's a bunch of space junk out there.
You know what they do? They literally turn them off because they have a propulsion system inside of them. They turn them off and they let them float back in the atmosphere. And they burn out. They burn out. Yeah.
Does yours have some type of propulsion, or what is that?
It does. It's
To reset it or something, or
it's a slight bit of movement every now and then. You have to move it to change its orbit. I'll give you an example. We're working with a company deep up in Canada where a lot of the other satellites wouldn't reach, and they told us where their locations were, and over about a day or so, we were able to reorient the orbit. There's a lot of words, and get the satellites to cover what we need. It's pretty cool.
Do you need some communications licenses to be in certain countries and stuff?
You do. That's the worst thing. I was over in there's a big meeting in Barcelona, Mobile World Congress they call it, and I was talking on this panel. There's a lot of competitors there. The one thing we're all not competing on is getting the government to make this a lot easier.
Yeah.
So each country, both devices and what they call spectrum, you have to get a license, and it could take anywhere from a month to 6 months. It's crazy.
So
we're good here in North America.
You guys do other countries though that
We
have
do.
problems?
57 countries we're in now. Yeah. And
That's almost as much as the state of energy.
121 countries.
120. Nice. I like it. Well, we're expanding as fast as we can, but it is tedious. There's some areas right now where it's mind blowing how complicated it is.
So I'm going to tell you my personal story with my Starlink. My dad has a house in Belize. The internet's terrible, so I bought this little mobile Starlink unit, and I can take it down there. I can set it up, and I can use it. But they don't have an agreement with the country for a full time. So if I can only have it there for X amount of weeks, and then I got to bring it back home and connect it as a mobile.
Yeah.
But I can use it as a mobile, but not for permanent use there.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that agreement. But
there's another piece of good news. You want to tell about some distribution that we did with a partner here?
Yeah. So we just recently came to an agreement with Tarrenton as an exclusive reseller of one tank products east of the Mississippi. So they're well-known with a great reputation, great group of guys we're excited to work with. And it's already taken off. So they're doing a great job of repping the product. And I guess their customers have really felt a pull from the industry for a need of coverage everywhere. And, not having these gaps, not having these open areas to where, just something that works. Wherever you put it, it just works.
what did you do for distribution before this?
Excuse me, we just sell direct. So one of the questions they initially asked us is why haven't we gone through distribution before? And the answer was mostly that, we're not opposed to it, but we've always just gone direct, and it worked pretty well for us. But, if the right partner comes along, we're open to that conversation. And then that conversation started, and here we are.
So do you still do direct?
West of the Mississippi, yeah.
West of the Mississippi, you can buy one tank products direct. East of the Mississippi, you now have to use Tarrenton.
Yes, and you can still come through us, and we'll connect with Tarrenton. So it all goes to the same place.
We're talking back end things for the
Yeah. What's your top product that you sell? What's your number one go-to that you want to sell to people?
So the newest product that we've continued to just improve on and adjust, it's called the Pulse. So
is that the one I have at the Propane house?
That is a device that you have.
That's the Pulse. Okay.
That's the Pulse. Yeah.
All right.
So that device is a So your low cost, that's a device where you can get down to is under $1 a month for satellite service that works just about anywhere. And so that comes with a mobile app, a branded mobile app, so that
I got it right here.
Yep.
Pull it up.
So Tom can log in and see his tank and his usage from Apple device or Google, Android, all that stuff. That also comes with our dashboard where they can log in and see all their tanks, all their levels, the recent activity. They can do some some basic routing and things like that. And then we have a full integration to where if you wanted your data to be sent to the back office systems like the car gases, the RCCs, those kinds of companies, to where all that data can be fed right into there as well.
There's my app right there.
Look at you.
Tank's at 43% and it's 44 degrees in Garden City. That's the temperature at the
on site? Yep.
That's the ambient temperature outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Glad we're here.
You know why this you know why this is important?
Because running out sucks.
Because running exactly.
That does.
How many on this app? How many people? I get to see this, but do the end users get to see this, or is this more for the propane companies?
The mobile app is intended for the end users, so the homeowners or the restaurant owners. It's branded so that if you're ABC Propane, and you can have your logo on there, so when your customers log in, they see your logo, they see your information,
okay.
and then they see their tank activity and all that too. So it's a resellable type of tool to where if you want to invest in tank monitoring and you want to resell that as a new revenue stream, you have a mobile app that kind of helps assist with that process.
So if I had a bunch of tanks and I wanted to offer, you can view your own tank, I could upcharge that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Do people do that? That's like a revenue stream.
You could. Some do.
Some do, not everyone. Some want to just offer that as a service to their customers. We recommend, I at my house, I unfortunately am on natural gas just because of where I live. But I'm charged $20 a month just for the privilege of being their customer. There's no added service, included in that.
It's a privilege fee.
Exactly.
Privilege of staying warm.
Exactly. So even if I'm using no gas during the summer or anything like that, it's $20 a month no matter what. So it's not unusual for the same propane. Propane dealers do the same thing.
What does retail for that unit go? You guys gave it to me for free. What was the value of that thing? I can't say that. Oh, you guys charged me. I can't remember how much it was.
I think it was like $1,000 or yeah. So
can you share that, or is that different price structures that you don't want people to know?
we can share it. It depends on volume.
Sure.
So like at this show, for example, we're doing a promotion to where if you buy a crate or a pallet of units of 400 units, it's $250 per unit. And 0 monthly monitoring fees for 5 years. So you have one upfront cost, and then there's nothing else after that for 60 months.
What happens after 60 months? You come get it?
It goes.
Then you pay that $1 a month.
Yeah. It goes. It's $1. After that, it goes $1 a month per device.
Wow.
For a standard like once per day type of reading. Most for like residential, especially.
Is there a tracker on this that tells me where it's at?
There is. Every device has a GPS coordinates on it, to where.
So if somebody stole it, I could potentially find it.
Yeah, as long as they
would stay on. They probably wouldn't easily know how to turn it off. So yeah.
Well, I hear stories of people go through. Somebody sells their house, or the propane company got sold, and sometimes these guys don't actually know where their tanks are.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're like, they can't find this propane tank. So if the monitor was on it under the lid somewhere or wherever, that magnet's pretty powerful. It's sucked it down to that tank.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not easy to come off. And funny enough, we actually, a couple of years ago, about a year ago, Eastern Kentucky got flooded pretty bad. And one of our customers, he had tanks that were floating down rivers, and he was actually using our devices to go retrieve them.
Frightening though. That's like worse than a shark.
Yeah, right.
Tank.
You hear those stories a lot though, where there's a flood and these tanks get picked up in the water and they float away. Huh. Interesting. What is the tagline?
The tagline for one tank is
because running out sucks.
yes.
There it is. There it is.
Thank you guys both very much. And Cheryl, you're awesome. Thank you very
guys.
much for everything you do. And go to one-tank.com because
running out sucks.